What's up, you guys? This is Robert at ShyBearsPlus on Twitter and Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe right here on YouTube. Hit the like if you like this video, and leave a crispy comment. I love getting comments and seeing what you guys have to say about the videos and about my Chicago Bears. Let's get down to it. Sunday night football game. Chiefs are 10-4 at your Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. 7-7. I mean, you don't win this game, you're not going to go over 500. It's going to be a losing season. It's time to go ahead and get this dub. You don't have a first-round draft pick. There's no point of trying to tank at this point. Don't tank. If you want someone to tank, you want someone to lose, you want Oakland to tank and get a better second-round pick. This one, play to win. It's what matters right now. Let me go over your playoff preview. Wait, we don't have one because there's no hope. It's all over. So, yeah. Playing for pride, playing for good tape. I really hope the Chicago Bears team does the type of things that they've done earlier in the year when we thought that they just might hang it up or quit. They didn't, so they need to keep on playing hard the rest of the game. Except for the lack of tackling last week, which was very, very disheartening. But, yeah, no playoffs. I just reached the second stage of grief, and that's anger. I don't know if you could tell. I'm not happy about it. And this isn't going to be a happy show. So I'm going to try to get through as quick as possible. And hopefully we'll have something happy to talk about after we beat the Chiefs. But we will see, right? Let's get into the stories. Obviously, story number one is Allen Robinson versus Sammy Watkins. Did Pace pick the right guy in 2018, right? That's the number one story. No, it's not. Because obviously people don't want to talk about the good things that happen in this town because we just love misery in Chicago. But honestly, I'm just playing, dude. I know it's not the biggest story, obviously. But the people want to crucify Pace for everything. There's something that, there's positives out there. He hasn't done all bad. Just to prove that point. Anyway, number one story, obviously, is Trubisky versus Mahomes. It's probably the only reason this game's on Sunday night. No one really cares about the Chiefs getting the second or third seed or the Bears now that they're out of it. So that's the storyline. Boring. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less about the storyline. Couldn't care. Jay Cutler smoking a square, not caring at all. But that's all right. I guess we'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to win. You know what? Hindsight's 2020. Did Pace take the wrong guy? Probably. Do I blame him? Not really. Most people had Trubisky rated higher. Mahomes had more talent. He was your Jeff George, your top arm talent guy, athletic. That doesn't always mean that they're going to pan out. I mean, there's a lot of attractive things about Trubisky. Like, he took care of the ball a little bit better. He was just as athletic. He didn't have as strong of an arm, but he was more of a Drew Brees that could run a little bit. Kind of looking like a little bit of a Russell Wilson nowadays. But, but I digress. It is what it is. Many people had all these quarterbacks in the 2017 draft with no one better than a second-round grade. A lot of people weren't feeling this class. I'll put some stuff up here on the screen at some point here after I do this video. But, look, proof. NFL.com, SI.com. These people were not... No one thought that any of these guys were first-rounders. So no one really thought that Mahomes should go number one overall or number two. So, it is what it is. Everyone makes mistakes. And it's not like Trubisky is terrible. I do not think Trubisky is terrible. You know who else missed on Mahomes? Cleveland, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Carolina, Cincinnati. All those teams would love to have Mahomes. I don't care if they didn't think they needed a quarterback at that, but if you thought you had a Hall of Fame MVP yearly candidate going to be coming out, you would have all took him. They would have all took him. You know what? So Pace isn't the only idiot out there. But yeah, man. So before you go ahead and crucify Pace, you had a playoff team last year. This team should have been a playoff team, and I don't think it's because of Pace's talent that he picked. I think it's because of the coaching, personally. But that's where we're at, man. So, yeah. If you want to sit around and despair, this ain't your pity party. I'm going to go by game here. And I'm going to try to address, what the team needs to do to win and go over what happens. The conversation about the what-ifs and what's going to happen is all going to be later for me. We'll do that after the season, all right? So, good news is Nagy finally found another coach in the league that is as bad as him at play calling, situational football, and clock management as he is. So maybe we have a chance. Oh, man. I'm starting to think that maybe Reed and Nagy are both maybe just a little bit overrated. Maybe their mistakes and their flaws were always just kind of covered up by a really good Kansas City football team with two unguardable wide receivers, a no line that blocks, and and that's how they got away with everything. Maybe it wasn't so much that. Maybe we were duped. Maybe the big mistake was Nagy. I don't know. In Nagy's defense, I will say that he has gotten a little bit better at times this year. I do see some progress. Last game I thought was a pretty good progress. There were still super questionable calls. Like, he tries to be like the smartest guy in the room all the time when sometimes just like pounded it in for a 1 yard on second down. We'll get you the first down. Just go ahead and try that out first before you try. I'm okay with shots. I love taking shots on second and short, but like try to throw a 7-yard hook or whatever when everyone knows it's coming is just not my deal. Not my deal when you could just pound it in and then try that on third down. So anyway, I think we have footage here of Nagy's play usage and personnel usage and his knack for executing play calling and whatnot. It's right up here. Looks like it's going. Oh, yeah, basically, dude, I mean, I just got to be super critical about, let's just face it. After the Raider game, you should have been able to say, hey, look, we got a bye coming up. An honest evaluation should have been of what this team do and can't do. And Nagy wouldn't change. I don't know if it was his own stubbornness. I don't know if they weren't smart enough to realize that this team couldn't block what they were trying to block. Kelsey and Hill weren't running around out there. And Trubisky isn't Mahomes. But Trubisky, you can win with Trubisky. You could do the things that he does well to try to win ball games. And they refused and came back. And that's why we are in this situation. Not just because of the last game, but it started at the beginning of the season when we went on the losing streak and we didn't make any changes. And then also, hashtag never forget when Nagy pulled Trubisky and tried to make him the scapegoat with a fake hip injury and all that stuff. Don't even get me started. God, all they gotta do is, cater to Trubisky a little bit more and we'd be in a playoff run. But anyway, let's move on to the keys of the game. Trying to make it a short one for you guys. All right, look, they're better than you. This is a better team than you are. More talent, better record, better everything, all up and down. Even though you have a Pro Bowl players on your team, you had a team that's supposed to contend for a Super Bowl, a team that made the playoffs. So many of those people are back. So they're better. As of now, everything points to that they're better. They're a 6-point favorite. So key number one, possess the ball. You want to stop a really good offense from scoring points? No plays, no points. It's easy. Possess the ball. Possess the ball. Run the ball. It means run the ball. It means do what you have to do to keep moving forward and don't do anything stupid like, take a 13-yard sack because you're trying to be, super impressive and be the smartest dude in the room. Number two, turnover battle. You got to be perfect or better than perfect. You got to win that battle. You can't give the ball over. I mean, I understand if you're trying to throw a Hail Mary at the end of the first half or something like last game. Like, I get that. Like, that's the turnover that's going to happen. I'm just talking about legit turnovers, mistakes. Be mistake-free or better and take the ball. We have not been taking the ball away this year. We have to do it, or this game's not going to end well. It's not. We need a couple of turnovers in our favor. I mean, we got a little mojo at Soldier Field, at home. That always works for you. So I'm not saying there's not a chance. But anyway, number three, let them run. This team isn't bread and butter. Is it running the ball? Like, I don't think we need to load the box. Like, play coverage. So many times this year, we sit back, against teams that we didn't need to sit back against and play coverage, like the Broncos, the Raiders, and Lions, who aren't going to blow you away running the ball, passing the ball. And you're against one of the Lions games, you're at the third string quarterback. Like, you don't need to play coverage. I mean, you don't need to you're playing coverage when you didn't have to. Now this is the week that you have to play coverage. And if they beat you at the run, so be it. It's not their strength. Take the strength away. That's all I'm saying. That's my problem with Fangio, all the Angios. I got a problem with him. I got a problem with him when they don't play. They just call the same defense and they don't play the situations. They just don't play to the team that they're playing. They're not trying to stop the team that they're playing. They're just trying to be what they do. They think they do pretty well, which is the bend but don't break. But this is a good bend but don't break team. This goes to our favor. So don't get too cute. If they beat you at the run, so be it. I don't care. I'd rather them Shady McCoy run for 200 yards. I don't care. I'm trying to stop Hill. I'm trying to stop Casey. I'm trying to stop Mahomes. And I want to make Mahomes hurt. I mean, that's what I would want to do. If this Bears team doesn't tackle the final key, you can't do what you did last week. You can't do it. If you tackle and keep them in front of you, you're going to give yourself a chance. You don't tackle, it's not going to be close. This isn't going to be a close game. It's fundamental football. You have to play fundamentally right to beat this team. And that's just to give yourself a chance. Just to give yourself a chance. And, I'm all for the any given Sundays. And all that jive. Anyone can win at any given time. I understand it. I get it. But you got to be perfect. You can't be playing with mistakes. If you get a 20-yard gain, you can't be blowing timeouts when you might need them. If you're trying to win a close game against a team that you're not supposed to beat. So, crispy predictions. So crispy, you love to see it. @ShyBearsPlus on Twitter. Chiefs win 31, Bears 24. And I would love to try to build you a case where I am so confident that the Bears are going to win this game like I thought they could last week. I know I picked against the Bears a lot this year, but they've given me the evidence to do it. And I've tried to will myself into doing it some other times. I just can't. I can't do it. Even though the Bears' offense is playing a little better, I feel like Trubisky's been playing a lot better in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, like after you pull Trubisky for a fake hip injury, and then all of a sudden he comes back, who's to blame, Nagy or Trubisky? I mean, you start playing the Trubisky strengths, next thing you know, he's playing winning football. But anyway, I digress. I don't trust Nagy to do the things that this team does well to try to win this game. Instead, I think that Nagy's going to try to prove to his best buddy and mentor that he's a special boy and that he's gonna show him how smart he is, and it's going to cost us. That's what I think is probably going to happen. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Call me out in the comments if I've been wrong. That's fine. I'm giving you my opinion of what I think is going to happen. I'm not a fortune teller, all right? I'm not. It's not what this show is. I'm doing the best I can, trying to give you an honest opinion. I'm not trying to give you canned answers like Trubinsky sucks, Pace should have been smarter to take Mahomes with the second overall pick. All that garbage. Who cares? It's lazy. The same crap narratives over and over. The only reason I do this little show, I'm not on PayPal. I'm not on Patreon begging you for money to keep doing this. I'm doing it because I'm just trying to contribute to the Bears fans some honest analysis of what I think is going on. So anyway, that's how I feel about it. So yeah, I do believe in any given Sunday, but I think that Nagy's due for regression. Like, do we really think that he's not going to run the ball like 7 times against the Chiefs, that he's not going to prove that he's such a special boy, and that he's going to just show us all how great he is against his old homeboy? Like, that's what I think is going to happen, and that is what it is. I'm sorry. Like, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling he's not going to be running out of eye form, strong eye, weak eye. He's not going to have, a fullback or the H-back in the backfield and just pound the rock like they could, where it seems like everyone is so comfortable running ISO and stuff like that. We're going to keep on running, pulling everybody, pulling guards, pulling tackles, not finding blocks. Tight ends not making blocks when they're coming across the line. Crack it. Like, dude, we're just going to do what not works if we do run. But, yeah, like, I just wonder if I threw Matt Nagy a life vest, or would he actually take it, or is he too stubborn? That's what I want to know. Because you know what? You put the answers out there on tape of what makes you successful. Hurry up. Not being you. Being what they do, right? Moving the pocket. Getting the kid out and scrambling. Things like that. We've all seen it, what's happened in the last couple of weeks since the Hipgate situation, and how Trubisky's been playing better, how the team's playing better, and how we just know that they've always played better with hurry up, and they play better for whatever reason just with the ISO run. Our team just can't block the other stuff, the zone blocking as well, and all that stuff. So inside, outside zone. So here we are. I'm Robert at ShyBearsPlus. Really, really hoping on National Football we don't get embarrassed. But I don't know. We might. I know that we can keep it close, and there is a football puncher's chance to win this game. I know there is, but I'm just not picking them because I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not super homerish. I'm Robert at ShyBears Plus on Twitter and Instagram. If you like the video, hit the like, subscribe, tap the bell so you don't miss any content. I don't know what you're waiting for. Leave a crispy comment. Bear down.